Greetings, fellow humans. Today we're going to make a butterfly cake using wafer paper because my niece asked me to for her birthday. And who says no to their niece? A monster. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is put my hair up. And I saw something on TikTok. And then you do this. How's that? That is not good. I hope this is the hardest thing that I have to do today. All right, so the second thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make the butterflies. And so I used to make these out of fondant until I discovered wafer paper, which was awesome because it's lighter and it looks more ethereal. And so I'm just gonna take some wafer paper and then I printed out a template of different size butterflies. And then I'm just going to trace the different butterflies onto the wafer paper. So now the key with the wafer paper is you don't want to use too much water because it will warp with water. These are the two images that I was going off of that my niece really liked, so I'm just probably going to do a combination of both. I have my candle here for a little bit of ambiance or just a little bit of danger. Could go either way. I'm going to pour a little bit of the pink gel and then the purple. That doesn't look purple. Who said this was purple? All right, I'm gonna have to mix it. Deception, disgrace. So I've done the outline, so now I just have to give it a little bit more detail, a little bit more color. I will eventually airbrush it very delicately as to not make it too wet, because again, we don't want it to warp too much. You're my little butterfly, pink, blue, and purple, and golden in the sky cake. So I jumped the gun a little bit because I need to trace this on both sides because you will be showing both sides of the butterfly. Okay guys, so I finished airbrushing the butterfly, so you just do it really lightly with the airbrush. You don't want to go in too strong because again, it will start warping. No matter what, it will warp a little bit, so definitely put it in something or flatten it with like a book or something like that. You must crush them! It's for their own good. And now I'm just going to start cutting them out. Here I've already started cutting out the purple ones. Whoa, whoa! How dark would that be if I just put like half a wing on the cake? I won't do that. I won't do that, don't worry. I'm going to patch him. Yeah, first I'm going to stab myself in the chest, and then I'll patch him up. You will be fine. You will fly again. Okay, so I finished cutting these guys out, and I'm going to put them back into this safe bag because of the harsh environment. I'm going to add some gold accents. Not to all of them, so I got a little bit of gold powder. Luxury luster dust, not just luster dust, luxury. Whatever that means. Go put a little bit in my hole. I don't know what I'm saying. Got a little bit of vodka. We're not drinking the vodka. I'm using the vodka because it just dries faster. So I'm gonna actually make his whole body gold. Hell yeah. You are the queen. Okay guys, so now I have colored my fondant, this pink color, so I can start making the flowers. I have these fondant plungers of different sizes to kind of create that more 3D look, and I'm just going to roll out the fondant and then cut out the flowers and then put them in this mold. And I want them pretty thin. I don't want them to be too thick. I want them to look more dainty. So I'm just going to take my plunger, start with a big one, and then work my way down to the smaller ones. I have this little foam thing here. And I'm just going to use a fondant tool to make it a little bit more flowery, a little bit more realistic. And now I'm going to move on to the second size for the flowers. Okay, so I'm going to skip the last level of the plungers because I think the two different sizes is good enough. So now I'm actually gonna try to make wafer paper flowers. I've decided. I'm gonna try it out. And I have made these little fondant pieces that I can stick the wafer paper to. And I have circular fondant cutters that I'm going to cut out pieces of wafer paper from, and I'm gonna stick it on there, and hopefully they'll look like petals and it'll all work out. I have some edible markers. Well, the whole thing is not edible, but the ink is edible. Why are you so dry? Stick, you. All right, I think I'm gonna go to the next size up. And we want to bend this a little. Make it look a little bit more like a rose or a flower. So I'm gonna go to the next one. You took a chunk out of there. Fired! You're fired. This is better than I thought it was gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah, wafer paper's nice for flowers. I've never done it before, but would wafer again. Okie dokie everybody, so I've already stacked my cake. In between is like a strawberry buttercream icing. And then I kind of made it so that it's two separate cakes because it's for a kid's party, and when I'm slicing the pieces of cake, I just want it to be easier to distribute. So that's why I did it that way, where it's like two different cakes stacked on top of each other. I'm going to cut it to make it more even, and then I'm gonna crumb coat it, and then I'm gonna ice it. I have a knife! Do not trust me. How did I do? Not too bad, not too bad. I don't usually cut because I don't like to lose cake because it's precious. You gotta do what you gotta do to make it look good. Oops. I cut the board a little bit. My bad. Whoa! Gonna let that sit for just a second so that I can paper it and make it all nice and smooth. Then we'll come back and then we're gonna airbrush it, and then we can start putting the butterflies on there. All right guys, so I airbrushed my cake, ombre. It kind of gets everywhere, so I couldn't do it in this particular place, so I did it in my kitchen. So I apologize for that. I got my flowers on this side, and I have my butterflies that I'm gonna start attaching to the cake. So my head's gonna be cut off for most of this video, I bet. But you don't want to see it anyways. So I got a lot of butterflies, probably more than I need. No, I broke you! But there's a reason for that, obviously, because there's always some casualties. Fly! But first I'm gonna put the flowers on, and this is my front facing me. It's always a little tricky. Got some butterflies on there, guys. I'm just kind of putting them on there. Just trying to see what looks good. I don't like how his little butt sticking up, but I can't do anything about it. So, it's the way it's gonna be. Alrighty, it's looking like a cake. So I just gotta add some on the top too. Where are the wires? I lose everything. What do I do? Are you gonna stick or are you just gonna be a bee? For butterfly. Hey, hey, Work with me, man. I want you to fly. You're gonna be stepping down. We'll get one of your brothers or sisters to be the golden child. Please. No! Okay, I think the problem was I was using too much piping gel. And since it is wafer paper, it just needs a little bit of water and then it's already sticky. Yes, that was the key. That was the key, guys. I was using way too much piping gel. Alrighty, guys, this is pretty much the final cake. The only thing that I have left to do is to write the script on the banner, but we don't need to see that, trust me. It won't help you any. But yeah, I think it turned out okay. Usually things go a little bit more awry than they did today, and I'm very grateful for that. Maybe you guys are too. Maybe you guys wanted to see more fails. I don't know. Let me know. But hopefully you found this tutorial helpful, guys, or at least entertaining. Until the next time, though, happy miscaking.
Bam bam bear when the baby, 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 baby,